Something that I love to read is the stories of people who came into the Catholic Church. You know, sometimes these people didn't have Christian faith at all and they found their way into the church. Others were fallen away from the Catholic Church and have come back. Some were evangelicals and entered the Catholic Church. You know, recently there's been a number of really great books that have been released with individual stories or sometimes compilation of a number of different stories. And when you read these, it's sometimes easy to think, gosh, there's people out there that are so good at evangelizing people like this. You know, we never read the stories of failure. We never hear the stories of people who tried to evangelize their brother-in-law or who tried something new in their parish and it didn't really work. We only hear the great success stories. But the truth is that for many of us who are trying to live out our call to evangelize, we're going to experience a lot of failure. Except, in fact, I think we need to actually expect that we're going to fail. Think of a company that wants to develop a new product. When they start with a prototype, no one expects that's going to be perfect. And in many ways, it's a failed product. It doesn't do what they want it to do. It's not perfect. But there's a seed in it. There's something in it that is good. And they mold and they shape it and they try it out. And they make it better and better and better until they finally have the product that they want to launch. Well, as we are just aspiring to live out the call to evangelize, the same thing is going to be true for us, that we're going to experience probably more failure than we are successes. The problem isn't whether we fail or not. It's what we do with that failure. You know, here's the first option. The first option is to allow that to discourage us. When we get discouraged, we think, I never want to do this. I can't do this. It's too difficult. I'm never going to succeed. I'm not made for this. This isn't my thing. The other thing that happens when we fail is that we think that we're a failure, that somehow we haven't lived up to what God has asked us to be or to do. And we just kind of wallow in that. We kind of feel that this yucky feeling that sort of we just want it to go away. So what do? We just say, well, I'm never going to do that again because I don't want to be in that place again. And I want to tell you that if I gave up every time I felt that yucky, discouraged feeling, I would have given up probably 500 times. The other option with failure is that we can say, well, that really didn't go the way that I wanted it to go. You know, maybe the program was a bit of a flop, or the talk wasn't that good, or the conversation didn't really work out, or I clammed up when I wanted to have a conversation with people. But I asked myself, what can I learn in that? And yeah, I still kind of feel a bit of that yucky feeling that, I don't know if I want to try this again. But I really try to ask myself, if I had that exact opportunity again, what would I do differently? What can I learn from this? And this is how inventors learn. This is how people who become better speakers learn. This is how academics learn. Is they keep asking themselves, whenever they experience some degree of failure, they say, what can I learn from that? And I don't want to sugarcoat that, because sometimes people see failure as this great opportunity and they say they're so excited. No, nobody likes to fail. That's the truth. Nobody wants to fail. But can we have the maturity to get over that and say, you know what? Despite the fact that I failed here, I'm going to learn something from it, I'm going to be better, and I'm going to do it again. I recently saw a short video of this lady who owns a small company, and she said around her kitchen table, her dad would ask her and her siblings once a week, tell me something you failed at. And if they fail at something great, they get a big high five from their dad. You know, it's not that failure in itself, of course, is what's celebrated, but it's the recognition that failures happen because we've risked something, we've tried something. And not only have we tried something, but we can learn from that experience. And so expect that when you go out and you try to do things, you're going to have times of discouragement. Things are not always going to go your way. You're going to feel like you failed, and in some ways, what you've done will have been failure. But never stop there. Ask God to use that to form you, to equip you, to prepare you, so the next time a similar opportunity comes, you can be more effective in what you're doing.
What are a few ways you have failed? What did you learn from these experiences? What are some steps you've taken to overcome failure in your life? What is your self-talk?